stat over here and over there as well, where a lot of people think that they're actual, so like, they actually think that their dad's their dad, but realistically, it's the guy who, like you, who was sleeping with their mum.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. So that's what I was saying to you. I said, Ra, that's why I asked you, I said, Ra, do you have kids? You said one. And I said, Ra, do you know there's a lot of times here where where
happen.
guys got multiple children,
I know.
but they don't know because the guy who was there being the boyfriend, the good guy, he's ended up taking responsibility as the father, not realizing that he's not the actual father. But it's one of them things that they hold it in for life. But over here in the UK, the stat is something like 21%.
It's probably more.
Probably more now. You get me?
But
as I know before, it was like 21%. But we will never know. That's why I had to ask you. I was like, right.
The question I'm asking, for me, like I've always said, I don't come from. I'm the only one in my family that's not married. You have to understand that. So,
wait, you're the only one in your
family that's not married. My brother's not married.
3 wives.
No, I'm saying about like it's very not here. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying to you, so it's different. So, bro, the question you asked, right? I'll ask the question about is it Lagos or is it? Because for you, I can't imagine in the village. Because bro, there's repercussions of it. You can't just go and sleep with people's wife and you think it's.
Well, you think the village people don't creep?
No, I'm saying that.
They creep.
Ain't no street lights, bro.
I'm saying they do, but maybe it's different. Because where I'm from, let's say that, like, the punishment is so severe that it's just not worth it. But I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
But you got to realize here, especially in the past 20 years, things have accelerated at a faster pace. That even
Western influence, yes.
Yeah, even the people who were in the village who you'd have thought, they're a bit behind. They're not as behind as we think. You know what I mean? They know how to play the game. They still stick with a bit of their principles, but the Western influence has crossed over big time.
I mean, for me, like, listen, I'm Ghanaian, right? So, Obuasi, likes of, I'm just naming names from Jakabu and Bubuamame, all these little small towns. It's like, until I take you there, you understand what I mean by that. It doesn't mean.
I've been out there.
But I'm saying, but it doesn't. You probably stayed in the city.
No. But I went out a bit when I was on my way to go see like Cape Coast and that. I was stopping in between bits, like just to get like food and this. I was chatting to people. Just to feel the vibe of. Because you know what it is. When you go places and you're like, I've been on holiday and you only been in the city. You don't really get the full. It's like. Years ago, I went to Mexico, for instance, and I used to go there all the time. But one time, I've decided to go to a town called Merida, 5 hours away from where I was. And when I've got there, like, I realized that I'm the only black person in the whole area. So
that could be cartel lad, bro.
It was random because people were coming up to me and say, take a picture of you and my wife, carry my wife, and because they see size and all that, and they was impressed by that, and I was laughing because I was like, it could even tie it to this where their man would be like, take my wife and go show my wife a good time.
If you're looking for an event space with a wow factor, then Venue 254 is the perfect fit for you. Whether you're putting together a birthday celebration, a bridal shower, a conference, or a live event, this space is guaranteed to wow your guests. With details and finishes done to high standards, you don't need to do much to make the space feel beautiful. This venue also comes fully equipped with a sound system and aircon to make sure you and your guests have the best experience. It has the capacity for up to 200 people standing and 70 when seated. It's located in East London, and yes, there is parking available nearby. So if you want to make your next event memorable and stress-free, then contact Venue 254 to book.
But saying that, like we said, because from my town is 6 hours away. For a young man to come out there, obviously, due to poverty and lack of jobs, so I guess that's why they will travel back and forth more so in the bush, not the city. Because I come from a place like, I guess here for me to explain it to you, I'm a farmer, but we live in a forest. It's not. I don't know how to explain it to you. It sounds like mystical, but it's not. It's not a farm, but it's like a forest, big trees. So the way that we were raised, for example, if I didn't come here, I've been married way before I'm 31 now. I would have married when I'm 21, like my brother.
What do you think? If you didn't come here, do you think like?
I'll be more happy.
But do you think as well, some of your principles here, where you picked up from here, you think you wouldn't have picked them up?
I lost my brother when I was 15 years old. When he came here, we've been here for 1 year. He was gone. So I've always said, again, I'm grateful. You know, God bless my father. I mean, at the end, he tried to do what's right. I could have lost my life in many ways.
Yeah.
And this is the Western world. Me saying I could have lost my life, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Africa.
Yeah.
Where you can't lose your life for that. So,
Yeah.
there's still that pain inside of me that it's like, you know what? Why? I get it. My dad wanted to bring me here for a better life opportunity and so forth, right? But he didn't understand where he was bringing me. You know, African parents, they live in a bubble, right?
Yeah.
So being raised in Wood Green at first,
Yeah.
but I knew what was going on. But
Yeah.
when I came home, you know, oh chief, you know, your chicken and stew is ready for you.
Yeah.
And I'm running from a knife.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't tell them that because, you know, African parents, they explode anyway. So
they'll lose their mind. Yeah.
you know, but I get it. But again, the young man I was with certain guys on the door, it's not who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's you go through certain, you know, obstacles in life, you go through certain challenges in life. As a man, hence why I told the brother that when I was 22, 23, just because I'm that age and I got muscle, doesn't mean I'm a man.
Yeah.
You know, my mindset was very westernized, everything was about. And the reason I use this kind of Dragon Ball Z kind of reference is that to make you understand that, bro, it plays into the male
Before
ego.
we start recording, man said he was charging up every wife that he had. He was charging up.
Well, I'm trying to make them understand something, right?
Observing souls like Majin Buu.
But it is in a way. But think about it, it is. What I'm saying is very deep though, but it is. Every time you do something, it's a very spiritual thing, right?
His power level went over 9,000.
No, it went more than that. It went
We
more
say
than
the
that.
Scourito.
It went more than that. It went more than that because, you know, think about it. You know, if you was, listen, I'm very careful who I select as friends, right? So if you're surrounded by guys that equally doing the same thing you're doing, badness, whatever. So, you know, there's no wisdom there. So, you know, almost like they give you your stripe. Oh, bro, well, how many have you had? Okay, you know, now you're the captain. You feel like, yeah, damn right, guys. So there's certain, I'll be honest with you, even my boy, I thought he was my boy. He wouldn't allow me to come to his house. He thought, because of that insecurity, he thought, because, yeah, bro, I was the guy.
He thought if they fall out, he was gonna put out a 2-part this. Chill.
The worst, bro. But you know the worst thing is.
Eddie Murphy had a joke where he was like, "Yo, he's talking about the band that opened from the busboy. He said, they F everything that moves. Like, come to my house, the fish stop swimming." Right? If you're that guy, then really and truly, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
What's your principle? Because the truth is, like, that's why I was coming back to the principle, because I think as a man, there's a lot of environmental things, there's a lot of stages of growth, but at one point, as a man, you have to decide what it is you stand for and what it is you believe. Like certain violations.
Do you know how funny that is that a man can't bring you around to his house?
I know, that's what I'm saying. But so you even have to ask yourself, am I doing something a bit mad that my boy can't
your boy can't?
At the time, but obviously at the time I didn't connect the dot, right? It's when he broke up with his missus showed me the text message. Basically the guy was going home talking about what I'm doing outside, right? So that's what I always tell guys, be careful what you say to your missus about your boy.
Basically it was exciting his missus.
Yeah, his missus was
not easily. I mean, bro, think about bro. Logically speaking, right? No, what I'm saying to you, logically speaking, right? I'll say this to you, bro.
I'm hanging.
But listen, but you know,
the confidence easy. Man walked past his wife. She saw the superpowers, you know, like the aura is saying.
But I'll say this to you, but you know, but logically speaking, right? If you're a man that you're dating a woman that likes muscle, let's say you're tall, skinny guy, that's cool. You know, she likes you for whatever reason, right? Anyway, but inside she likes muscle. She can't get rid of that. So when your boys come around, and I was swollen, you know, I was 3XL, but I used to wear them extra large. You know how tight that is? So listen, the circulation was cutting my arms, you know, swollen.
Have you not seen that clip? Yeah, I think it's from Bang Bros or something that circulates on the internet, and there's a white girl here, and the guy picks her on the shoulder.
That's me.
And they're walking.
Long story.
Yo, I hate that I know the clip you're talking
about.
I hate that I know the clip.
All you man watching it, you know the clip. You dirty.